Hi, I'm Emmy. Welcome to Yoga with Em. You're here for beginners yoga. You're in the right place to get started. I'm going to lead you through some of the basic postures or asana that you'll need to know about. I'll guide you through them with different options. So grab your mat, let's get started. This is yoga for every day, for everybody. Welcome to beginners yoga. Come and join me down on the mat, sitting in a comfortable position. You can be cross-legged or kneeling, however is comfortable for you. I'm going to guide you through some of the basic postures with some variations and the names, and go through some key terms with you that you may come across in yoga. Yoga means union. It's the beautiful union of body, mind and breath. And being more healthy and fit is just one of the side benefits of yoga. So let's settle into our beginners yoga practice today by placing one hand over the belly, one hand over the heart. And I invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable, or perhaps just take a soft eye gaze. And now tuning in with your breath. Notice the sternum push into the hand on the inhalation. And notice contraction on exhalation. Slowly and smoothly inhale. Pause on full, smoothly and slowly exhale. Take one more round of breath just here, settling in. And then gently open your eyes if you have them closed. All right, we're going to begin with warming up the spine in a cat and cow posture. So please come to your hands and knees. Hands are stacked below shoulders. Knees are stacked beneath hips, about hip width. Spread your fingers wide to protect your wrists. We're going to move the body with the breath. So cow pose, eye gaze forward, tilt the hips, the belly drops slightly. And exhale into cat pose, arching the back, eye gaze between legs. Inhale, tilt the pelvis, shine your heart center forward for cow. And smoothly transition through cat, emptying out the breath, arching the back. On empty, begin your transition as you inhale, back through to cow. Moving with the breath, empty out, curl on in. Inhale. The idea is we're warming up the spine. Exhale, empty out. And then come to a neutral tabletop. So neutral tabletop is just on hands and knees. We're not doing anything special with the breath. Child's pose, balasana. Child's pose is a resting posture in yoga, and it's a grounding posture. Take the knees wide, bring your big toes together so they're touching. And we sit the hips back while we quietly walk the fingertips forward. Forehead touches down on the mat. Try not to worry about whether your elbows are touching down or lifting off. Just do what feels good in your body. If you experience shoulder pain here, please cross the forearms, rest the forehead down. If you experience any discomfort in your back or in your knees, try closed leg child's pose. Bring the knees together. Rest the forehead down, arms stretched out or even tucked in by your sides. So whether you're in closed child's pose or wide knee child's pose, allow your hips to sink down towards your mat. Feel a lengthening through the back body. This is a stretch for the back, the arms, the tops of the feet, the ankles. As the forehead presses down into the mat, we activate the rest and digest response. We tap into the parasympathetic nervous system. And now slowly walk the hands up, come back up to a comfortable kneeling or seated position. All right, I'm going to take you into your first downward facing dog. So we'll move from our neutral tabletop once again. Perhaps the hands walk just slightly in front of the shoulders, but please spread your fingers wide to protect your wrists. Toes, tuck them under. And now engage your core. So draw the belly button into the spine and then send your hips high towards the sky, making a downward V shape. Downward facing dog in yoga is used as a good full body stretch. It's actually used as a transition pose, moving between one posture and another. And believe it or not, this is one of our resting postures in yoga. It might not feel like it right now, but the more you practice, the more you will feel at ease in downward facing dog. As you can see, I'm pedaling out one knee and then the other, stretching my hamstrings. And then I'll send my hips high and then relax my heels down. Let's drop the knees back to the mat now. As you get used to these postures, you won't feel so much strain in the wrists. Your wrists will become stronger. But for now, you might be feeling that in the wrists. So take some circles with me. Just release through your wrists. And then relax them down. We're going to head back into downward facing dog. The Sanskrit term is Ardha Mukha Shavasana. So let's head into downward facing dog one more time. From here, can you quietly walk the feet forwards, small steps, until you're at the front of your mat. Feet, set them hip width. If you'd like to, place 2 fists in between your feet. That's usually somewhere about hip width. Bend the knees as much as you need. We're now in our forward fold. Relax your head and your neck. Perhaps you'd like to take hold of opposite elbow in the opposite hand. A little sway of the head, yes and no. releasing any tension in the neck. Press down into your heels while energetically sending your hips high, noticing a stretch all the way through the hamstrings, through the back of the legs. Utkatasana, forward fold. Now very gently and slowly take your time here. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. And then finally roll your shoulders back and down. We're going to stand together in mountain pose. So I'll turn to face you so you can see my feet are hip width. I ground down evenly through my feet. I engage the muscles in my legs, having a slight lift of my kneecaps. Engage pelvic floor. Engage your core. Roll your shoulders down so they're away from your ears. Lengthen right through to the crown of your head. So you're strong and tall like a mountain. Fingers energetically reach for the earth. So this is often a starting posture in a yoga sequence, Tadasana, mountain pose. And together, let's inhale and circle the arms up for extended mountain pose. Exhale, bring your hands through to heart center, prayer pose. Hopefully that feels really good. Let's do that again. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, prayer pose, hands to heart center. The hands to heart center in the prayer position like this is referred to as Anjali Mudra. Release your hands down. So there we have it, some of the basic postures. This is Beginner's Yoga Session 1. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, practice, practice. It's going to be really beneficial. And if you'd like to watch my next video, I'm going to take you through the next set of beginner yoga postures. Remember to subscribe if you'd like to keep up to date with any of my videos. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.